Hello class, this is Diego Lopez, and this presentation is called Public Set-Asides. For this presentation, I'll be explaining the special interest groups and set-asides. In this hypothetical scenario, the voters in Pennsylvania approved the termination of set-asides to special interest groups. What are set-asides? Set-asides are a portion of funds or resources that are reserved for a special purpose or group or project that is created by legislation. They come in the form of contracts. They have many purposes, and some of them include agricultural and construction. In government contracting, set-asides keep a specific percentage of contracts to be given to small businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and other underrepresented groups. The goal is to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in public projects. Set-asides can actually help allocate a more equitable and support initiatives that might otherwise be overlooked or underfunded. Here's some special interest groups and how they're described to be certified or to receive certification. First is MBE, which is Minority Business Enterprise. This is a type of business that is 50% owned or operated by one or more minority individual. The second is WBE, which stands for Women Business Enterprise. This is a type of business that is at least 50% or more owned or operated by one or more women. This type of certification helps women-owned businesses access government contracts. Then we have SBE, which stands for Small Business Enterprise. This is businesses that meet the size standards that are established by the Small Business Administration, SBA, for specific industries. We have VBE, which is Veteran Business Enterprise, which is the businesses that have at least 51% or more that is owned, operated, or controlled by one or more veterans. And then DBE, which stands for Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. This is a type of business that is at least 51% owned, operated by one or more socially and economically disadvantaged individual. The state provides a specific percentage of work on public projects to these groups. And here's the breakdown. For MBE, the state encourages about 10 to 15%. For WBE, which is very similar to MBE, is about 5 to 10%. For SBE, the state promotes an inclusion in public projects between 10 and 15%. For VBE, the goal is to award between 3 and 5%. And for DBE, it can range between 10 and 15%. What are some of the effects or the negative impact if this legislation is passed? In my opinion, this can decrease the competition. It could also create an economical impact and reduce opportunities for these special groups. What is the current status of this legislation in the state of Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania legislation, it aims to enhance opportunities for small, diverse, and veteran-owned businesses. They plan with these legislations to increase transparency, promote inclusion, enhance support. These efforts are expected to create a more inclusive and equitable business environment, allowing these companies to thrive and contribute to the state economy growth. Now, why are some voters or why some people are against this type of programs? First of all, is the changes in economic conditions. Some voters believe that the original intent of set-aside programs might no longer be relevant during current times, and that they argue that the dynamics have shifted and the laws need to be changed. Other people believe that it creates inefficiencies. Some of the critics against this type of projects, they believe that the open competition set aside could result in better quality and lower cost. Another point is fairness and equity. Some people feel that set asides create an uneven playing field by giving a preferential treatment to specific groups, and that they argue that all the businesses should have the equal opportunity to compete for public contracts based on their merit rather than a specific criteria. Another aspect of this is political and ideological shift. Changes in political ideology have influence in the support against set-asides. New administrations also have prioritized different policies and they seek to overturn previous laws that align with their vision. And last is legal challenges. Making these changes certainly will bring legal challenges. What are some possible outcomes? Increase in competition. Without set asides, most businesses might compete for projects, contracts, and potentially bring the cost down, increase the quality in public projects. It could also affect and reduce the opportunity for underrepresented groups. Set asides are designed to provide opportunities for minority-owned, women-owned, and other disadvantaged businesses. Changing these laws could reduce the chances for these groups to secure public contracts, potentially impacting their growth and sustainability. And I believe that it could also affect the economy as a whole. This could also create regulatory changes by overturning the set-aside laws. It might need to change some legal and regulatory framework to ensure that fair competition and discrimination does not come up. It could also create a political and a political response. These decisions of overturning set-aside laws might generate a political debate. Some supporters might argue for the benefit of open competition, while opponents might highlight the importance of promoting diversity and inclusion in public contracting. These outcomes will depend and vary drastically on how the law is written and implemented. In my opinion, I don't have enough information to be against these changes or pro these changes. It certainly gives you the perception that this type of programs give an unfair advantage to certain specific groups, but at the same time, I don't have enough knowledge to understand and know if this is actually necessary to create a playing field for everyone involved. This is my presentation for this week. Thank you.